I'm an astronaut in a tin can, a wonder-bred science man. Hope to see my family again. Yes, I'm on my way home. Yes, I'm on my way home. And I'm the man who lives under the freeway. I can't remember the right way. And I wonder when I go away. Yes, I'm on my way home.
I remember my grandfather was in the Navy for World War II. He's got pictures of him standing in front of the USO tents in the building, stuff like that. He's telling me stories about it, and they had like Bob Hope. My dad was in Vietnam. My dad has pictures of him standing in front of the USO buildings, and he just talks about all things like the morale boosters they did for the guys. He said, without the USO, he said that was just like home, being home for them.
It's sandy. It's mostly hot.
You have to walk to the showers every day and to the bathroom, which isn't always the best in the middle of the night.
Weather comes to mind first. When it's sunny, it's hot. When it rains, it's muddy. When the wind blows, it's dust. Every season brings its challenges. You live with the weather. You live in spite of the weather.
First, when you first come here, there's a long waiting list. About like 8 months, you'd stay in a tent. The tent's occupied with 40 other individuals, so there's no such thing as privacy over here. In addition to that, after you move out of the tent, you'll be hopefully put into a bee hut with your own room. A bee hut is essentially a plywood box, subdivided by plywood, so it's even a smaller box, with a hasp for a lock. That's essentially what a bee hut is.
I live in a double wide that is divided into 3 sections. I get one of the sections. I have to go out the front door and walk down the way to go to the bathroom where there's a shower.
On base, we live with the troops in containerized housing units, and we live in a box within a box because our containerized housing units are warehoused.
Generally, we spend so much time at the USO that you're just really going home to sleep. It's not really a place that you would go to entertain. It's just there for your basic necessities, your clothing, your toiletries, your shoes, an iron, and maybe a computer and a little television set.
We're embedded in a location where there's a war going on right outside the wire. I've only been here 2 weeks, and I can tell you, each night you hear the fighters taking off for air support, and you know where there's a mission at hand, and it's a scary feeling.
Getting around on a military base when you are not a member of the military also has its challenges. Getting to know their terminology, getting to know their chain of command, who's who, what rank is what rank.
Every time I leave base, I do look over my shoulder, even though we are in Qatar and it's considered safe. It is a tough region.
You have to be willing to settle for simplicity. There's not a lot to do. You can do the gym, you can library, study, maybe if you're taking classes.
It's hard to live here because sometimes it doesn't feel like real life because you're away from your family and your friends and the lifestyle that you know of. And so it ends up feeling kind of like a pretend life, and you start referencing your real life.
Of course, the hardest part is being away from your family, but with the technology nowadays, having the telephones, the internet, communication is a lot easier compared to when I was in the service 30 years ago.
Of course, the most rewarding thing is being out here with the troops. Everybody always knows about the living conditions for them and how difficult it is for them to get in touch with their family and friends back home, and how they have very little resources out here. So to actually be out here in the field and be able to help connect them back home, it's so rewarding.
Oh my gosh, it's really fun. I love being with the troops. The troops are really grateful and sweet.
Because you're serving people who serve, and sacrifice their lives to protect our liberty at home, keep us free, keep us safe.
Because you experience side by side the soldiers exactly what they're going through. Maybe not to a T, but you have a better understanding of what they're dealing with and the hardships that they go through, and it makes you appreciate their service even more.
After meeting some of these gentlemen, one of them approached me, and he had lost his leg below his knee in combat. And he took my hand and he thanked me for being here, when he is the one who is going to wear a prosthetic for the rest of his life. I had no idea what to say to this gentleman other than thank you.
It's not for everybody. It takes a certain type of person. A lot of self-sacrifice is required, but it's for a great cause.